This is Occult Pop, where we talk about popular culture through an occult lens. I am Danica Simone.
And I'm Guy Quintero.
Welcome back to another episode. Today we're going to talk about the Pope's Exorcist.
A subject near and dear to my heart, a movie near and dear to my heart, because of its main character, who isn't really a character. I mean, he's a real person, and it's Father Gabriele Amorth.
You talk about him all the
I
time.
have his books. Yeah, this is one of my books right here, based upon his stories and his teachings, and they're very informative. I mean, the first chapter alone, I learned so much. I gained so much knowledge and insight when it comes to fighting the forces of evil. And I mean, the man is he's brilliant. He anticipated and predicted so much that you're seeing unfold right now. And I can't praise the guy enough. So get the books. The books are good.
A little inside joke. If you watch the movie, that is something that he says.
Yeah, he's awesome.
All right. So the movie came out in 2023. You can stream it right now on Hulu and Disney Plus. And can I just say, you're constantly sending me like horror movies you want me to watch. And I always search to see like where I can watch them. And for whatever reason, I don't even remember what the movie was, but it popped up on Disney Plus. And I was like, what? And I went to Disney Plus and they have an entire horror section. I'm not talking like a little bit of scary stuff, like old school, like Goosebumps or something. No, they have The Hills Have Eyes.
Oh, good, great.
They have Wrong Turn and like all the subsequent movies, like, because I think there was more than one.
This is Disney?
Disney on Disney Plus. They have a whole catalog of like seriously messed up stuff. I'm like dark stuff that. Do they have parental controls on Disney? I didn't even think you needed parental controls because I thought it was made for kids.
I'm guessing they must if they have movies like that. It's always something I would show a child.
That was horrifying. I was like, when I saw that, I immediately canceled my subscription. So I don't have Hulu and I don't have Disney Plus anymore because I had the bundle because they're both owned by Disney. Forget that.
Wow. Okay.
So I actually purchased this movie on Fandango.
Okay.
Which is formerly Vudu. That's how I watched it. But by all means, you guys, if you have Hulu or Disney Plus, check it out. Yeah.
That's horrifying. Yeah.
Yeah. I was like, what?
Are you sure you didn't see it on Hulu or?
No.
This was on Disney Plus.
It's on Disney. That is why I canceled my subscription because I was like, this is so unwholesome.
That's crazy. Okay. All right. Off to a good start.
Yeah. I mean, check it out. Check it out.
I'll check it out. I
believe
you.
Because I was scared. And I mean, I think there's problems already with Disney as it is. Like, I don't think those people are wholesome at all. They have their own problems. And this kind of just was like the final nail in the coffin. Like, this solidified it for me. I was like, what is happening? Like, they're not hiding anything anymore. I mean, it's just out there for everyone to see. So, yeah, I was like, I'm not doing that anymore. Anyway. So the movie The Pope's Exorcist is inspired by real life writings of Vatican exorcist Gabriele Amorth, or Gabrielle, played by Russell Crowe. He does a phenomenal job in this movie. I mean, such a good actor.
Yeah, Russell Crowe's amazing. He really brought it.
Yeah.
Great job.
I love it. The Pope's Exorcist follows the controversial priest as he investigates a disturbing case of demonic possession. In 1987, Amorth performs an unusual exorcism on a boy in Italy, one that looks more like psychological theater than a traditional ritual, bringing him under scrutiny from skeptical church authorities who question whether the devil even exists. Meanwhile, in Spain, an American family inherits a crumbling abbey after the death of the father. The young son, Henry, begins displaying violent and disturbing behavior after arriving and soon appears to be possessed. Amorth is then sent by the Vatican to investigate. While exploring the abbey, Amorth uncovers a buried secret. The church once imprisoned a possessed exorcist beneath the site during the era of the Spanish Inquisition. The demon tormenting Henry is revealed to be Asmodeus, a powerful entity with a deeper plan to infiltrate the church itself. In a desperate final exorcism, Amorth allows the demon to possess him in order to weaken it. With the help of Father Tomas Escobal, they ultimately banish the demon.
Wow. Yeah. Very good movie. And using Asmodeus as a main antagonist in such a way really it really does justice to the character, because Asmodeus is very, very terrifying. There are two instances of him in the apocryphal works. The first one being when he's hurting Tobit's fiance, and killing all of her suitors. He's killing them all until Tobit comes along and the Archangel Raphael helps him. And then the second encounter has to do with King Solomon, and King Solomon's binding all the demons with his magic and his magical ring. And he's binding all the demons into service to build a temple. One of the things he does is he makes a mistake through his arrogance. This is when Solomon starts slowly declining. And he ends up taking off the ring and handing it over to Asmodeus, because Asmodeus promised him that he would show him the secrets, like great secrets and all of this stuff. And so Asmodeus takes the ring, and once it's off, he banishes Solomon, and he whisks him away in like a torrent of, because Asmodeus is also the demon of desert winds, and he whisks him away in a tornado and sends him flying. And then Solomon, by the grace of God, lands in this neighboring kingdom, but he's lost everything. He's like naked. So he's lost everything. And no one believes who he is or anything like that. They all think he's just a crazy naked beggar. And so he has to claw his way back up and find his way back into the kingdom of Israel. And once he does, he sees the demon Asmodeus has been sitting on his throne pretending to be him. And once he finally approaches Asmodeus, he's about to bind a demon back into service, and Asmodeus vanishes. But yeah, it's a crazy story that there's more to it than that. I just kind of truncated for the sake of time. But Asmodeus is a pretty malevolent individual, to say the least. And he was doing a lot of goofy things in the story. Like he was hanging out with Solomon's wives, talking garbage on Solomon. So it was really weird that he was talking garbage on himself.
Oh my God. No way.
He's really raunchy and snarky. So, to say the least, that's one of the many things that he did while he was in Solomon's place. I just don't want to talk about the rest because it's pretty bad. But he did a lot of bad stuff. And so they believe also that Asmodeus is behind the Council of Nicaea, the Edicts of Nicaea that removed a lot of the apocryphal books. They believed that he was behind it, the manipulations that happened in that era. So, yeah, very, very tough demon to deal with.
And who is he specifically?
The genealogy of demons is very tough because they all come from fallen angels. So all of the demons are they're individuals who have compromised their nefesh. That's what they are. They're human beings that have compromised their nefesh and tainted their nefesh. Or they are Nephilim spirits. They're the spirit of the Nephilim that died. So the various Nephilim that died before the flood. So when the flood happened and killed everything, all of these souls that couldn't be redeemed were stuck here on the ethereal layers, and they were tormenting Noah. Noah begged God to save him from the torment of all these demons, and then God cleared out, I think, 90% of them. The fallen angels had begged for their children's souls not to be completely destroyed and sent to hell, just to give you an idea how bad hell is. So God showed mercy, being God, slow to anger, quick to forgive, showed mercy because he remembered at one point, I used to love these angels as children. So he showed mercy to the angels and only got rid of 90% of them, kept 10%. So that's what we're dealing with right now. It is believed that Asmodeus is the son of either Lucifer or Samyaza. So I don't know that he claims to be the son of Lucifer or Samyaza. That means he was a giant birthed from a woman in the union of a fallen angel. And when he died, he became a demonic prince. So this is where the demonic princes come from. All demonic princes are children of high-ranking, powerful fallen angels.
Okay, so in the movie at the very beginning, I believe they say that demons are the fallen angels.
That's incorrect. No, that's very incorrect. The Bible, the Book of Enoch, explicitly states that they are two different things. They are two completely different things. Hollywood, and I don't understand why. I do understand why they would do it to lead people astray, but Father Gabriele Amorth's books distinguish the two.
Okay, so he did not say that.
So he did not
I
say
know it's
that.
like they're saying it's inspired by, and so that means not everything in the movie is accurate, obviously.
Yeah.
So,
And sometimes demons also can be mistaken because they can take the names of their fathers. So there might be there's an Azazel demon, there's an Azazel fallen angel as well.
oh, okay,
So you can't mistake the two.
gotcha.
Two are very different. The demon also is kind of influenced by his father's powers and dominion. So he has a lot of those attributes. So it's easy to confuse the two.
Well, in ancient times, our last names, they were more like first names. Like you take the name of your father. Some names, like Will Son, means son of Will.
Yeah.
There's a lot of hidden like double meaning in those names. So back in the day, they would literally take on their father's name.
That makes sense. So yeah, so you have to distinguish the two. I think that's where a lot of the confusion comes in, because while an angel can possess a human body, they already have their own presence. They don't need a human body to manifest. The Bible warns you that you may be entertaining them unaware. And when they come down in the book of Enoch and in other iterations, when they see fallen angels, they don't need to possess anyone. They're there. You can see them. They're able to interact with us. They're able to kill people. They're able to grab people. They're able to do things. They're able to communicate with animals and manipulate them. So they're very much corporeal entities. They're not these floating spirits that people like to think. Those are demons. Demons are the floating spirits. But demons can also manifest as there's enough negative energy, which is also something that's expressed in the Bible.
So what I find really interesting about this movie, it's not just another Exorcist movie, you know what I mean? It really focuses on the corruption within the church. Like it said in the synopsis that the various cardinals like came down really hard on Gabriel Amorth, questioning like whether his services were even needed. Like if he was even, they wanted to get rid of him because he was exorcising these demons. And they were like questioning, like, we don't even know if the devil is real, So it really pissed off Gabriel Amorth. And he kind of just like walked out, and they tried to hold him, like saying, we're not done here. This conversation isn't over. And he goes, I don't answer to you. I am the Pope's exorcist. The Pope put me in power. I go where he tells me to go. You got a problem with that? Take it up with my boss.
Yeah.
Like I don't need to be here. And they were trying to lay up that the Pope was sick at the time, and I think they were also trying to move out the Pope as well. And so when he goes to Spain and goes to this family to help them, he uncovers that there's like an underground area, and he found the remains of a priest locked up like kind of in a cage kind of situation. And he explained that they did this because he was possessed. And so they did this so that the demon couldn't get out. So they kept the priest there to basically die and locked him up. And they found the priest's diary, and he basically created and started the Spanish Inquisition. And so Father Gabriele Amorth explains, now they know the Spanish Inquisition was done by a demon. The church was infiltrated, and all these horrible things they said they were doing it in the name of God. They were really doing it in the name of Lucifer.
We've spoken about that. I've spoken about how the forces of evil try to lead us to astray, to severe imbalances. And
Yeah.
too righteous, and now they're going out murdering people who are considered unrighteous. Yeah, you have to be careful with that fine line. That's how demons try to play you.
Yeah. So this demon, Asmodeus, wanted Father Gabriele Amorth because he wanted to then use him to infiltrate the church.
Yeah.
And it seemed like they were kind of hinting at that the cardinal was also possessed. The cardinal was the one that was trying to push the Pope out and trying to push Father Gabriele Amorth out. And he was, trying to say like the devil isn't real. Like we don't need this. Exorcisms are not real. They're not needed. And so they were kind of hinting at it like he was corrupt. And yeah, we have talked about this on previous episodes of the Veil Between podcast. The church was infiltrated, and it's still corrupt.
That part is not fiction. That part is very true.
Right.
That's one of the reasons why I'm estranged from the church right now. You start seeing it after a while, especially when the recent Pope just passed, one from Argentina passed. I forgot his name. But you could see the Canaanite roots to this demonic ceremonies and rituals that they were doing during his funeral, and it was disgusting. And you could see it. It was all plain display for them to see the demonic ritual that they were having during his funeral. And at that point, you realize, yeah, it's infiltrated. I've always suspected it, from the cover-ups to everything else that was happening. It was always there.
That one hits close to home because my grandparents were so proud because my family is from Argentina and they were so proud that we had a pope, and they're both no longer with us, and I just feel like they would be so devastated if they had seen
Yeah.
the funeral.
I was devastated because it really just, in the back of my mind, I'm just hoping that, everything will get fixed on its own and there's enough righteous people. When I saw that, I realized that the bad guys had completely overwhelmed most of the leadership and decision making in the church. And I realized that the leadership is compromised. The leadership. That doesn't mean every priest is evil. Father Gabriel was a very good man. He actually predicted that this would happen.
His pope, I don't remember his name, but he was a good guy.
Yeah, he's a good guy. I think, was it John Paul?
I'm not
I
sure.
think it was John Paul. Don't quote me on that. I think it was John Paul. But so you could see the corruption. The cardinals are getting upset that he's casting out demons. He's like, well, that's what we're supposed to do here. So you can see the corruption is there. And seeing the ceremony recently just really confirmed everything that Father Gabriel was saying way back. I mean, way back in the 80s that this was happening. And it's just really terrifying and disgusting to see it transpire. And this is what we spoke about in the Epstein video. All institutions have been infiltrated by evil, all of them. And people just want to blame the Jews, point the finger, it's the Jews. No, all of them have been infiltrated. Our government, our military, our churches, everything has been infiltrated by evil and corruption. So don't just blame one group. That's how we have extremist behavior, like with the Inquisition. And then you go off the rails and you do exactly, play into the hands of Lucifer by attacking your fellow human being who's also probably innocent. Okay. This creates the paranoia that they want. So don't fall for that. All groups have been infiltrated. It takes a measure of wisdom that Solomon spoke about and discernment. Okay. Jesus warns us that the meek shall inherit the earth. So going out and raging against the machine is not going to work. The best thing you can do is save your soul and listen to the Lord Jesus Christ and his warnings about what's to come.
I remember going to church. My grandmother asked me to go with her before she passed. I think that was the last time I went to a mass because it kind of rubbed me the wrong way. I did not feel good. I did not feel good being in that church, and I couldn't wait to get out of there. It just felt very cult-like the way they were going through the various rites, and I had to get out of there. So, and then I haven't really been back since.
A lot of churches have become very unwholesome. It's kind of scary. They don't even realize it too. It's pretty crazy just watching it
Again,
unfold.
like boiling the frog. They take it real slow, and then you look back and you're like, "How did we get here?"
And it's crazy to see how many capitulated to the fact that, oh, there's no demons, there's no devil. It's like, whoa, that is not what the Bible says. What are you talking about? Where are you getting your scripture from? There's one that comes to mind that I loathe very much. Joel Osteen. Joel Osteen. He's not a man of the Lord. He is not. I can tell I'm very well versed in scripture, and he is not preaching the doctrine of Jesus. He's preaching the Luciferian doctrine of do what thou wilt.
Well,
I know people look at me like I'm crazy, but if I study the bad guys, I know what the bad guys do. I know how they speak, and it's packaged very well. But it is the Luciferian satanic doctrine created by Aleister Crowley. Do what thou wilt. Okay, that's exactly what it is. There's no praise ever given to Jesus. There's no acknowledgments given to God, credit or glory given to God. All of it tugs on pride and tethers you to the material. When you realize that that's the game Lucifer tries to play, that they want you tethered here instead of preparing for something better, they want you here in the material prison. And that's the trick of the devil. That's why Jesus says, let go of this place. That doesn't mean give up. No, that doesn't mean give up. That just means do not ground yourself, your spirit and your mind in complete materialism. Because if you do, that's the trap.
well said. Yeah, so if you're interested, I highly recommend checking out the movie. It's entertaining in some ways, Father Gabriele Amorth had a really good sense of humor. He was very funny. And I think you told me even in his book that
Yeah,
he's character and it
I
comes
love
through.
his book. Yeah, he's a good writer. The books are good.
The books are good. Check it out. Okay. Well, any closing remarks? Anything?
Buy the books. I would say buy the books. They're great books. If they're great to add to an occult library, if you're studying how to become a magician of the right-handed path, it's really great to have those exorcist philosophies, strategies, and tools under your belt. Don't lose faith in God. Keep faith in God, even though you see a lot of corruption as more and more is happening. We just spoke about corruption in a sacred institution, and don't just throw everyone under the bus. All right, just take it as a case by case scenario, and I think you guys will be fine. Father Gabriel Amorth's words were just to remember that the devil's real, but don't be scared.
That's awesome. Thank you so much for joining us on this episode of Occult Pop, and we'll see you on the next one.
Take care, friends and fam.